Going on, so I'm going to take you through a push session that I've got in today just to show you exactly how I train. I've got something booked in for October 9th where I'm going to be competing, so now starting to ramp up the effort levels. I'm going to take you through exactly what I'm doing at this moment in time on this video. So before I get started on any heavy movements, so I always do a couple of warm-up sets and then pretty much do what I call a feeler set as well. We're going to do a good set of 10 reps, get my mind into the contraction and really get as much quality contraction as I can out of it. So this movement I'm doing is a decline chest press, basically just to work on my lower chest because that's where I feel like I'm lagging the most. So obviously before I was speaking about how I wanted to work up to my max, so I've just shifted 60 aside, which felt pretty comfortable. So I just took 2.5 aside on. So as I say all the time in my videos, a little bit of progression every week adds up. These little plates are the ones that matter because over time they add up. So 2.5 a week before you know what you're up 10 kilos on your lift and before you know what you're stronger than ever. So as you can see, I'm absolutely blown out my ass off the set that I've just done. Did 62.5 aside, so I could not do another set of that, no chance. Like that last set, that last rep was failure. So I'm gonna do something now that's known as a back off set, right? Or the deload set, some people call it. I'll take a bit of weight off, I'm gonna go to 40 aside. So we're gonna pretty much near enough half the lift. Actually go for pure form, pure contraction. Just squeeze as much as I can out of my muscle now with the next 12 to 15 reps. So now I'm going to jump onto the incline pec fly. I'm going to do something that's known as a muscle round set, which is basically 6 sets of 4 reps with 10 seconds in between. And I know what you're thinking, so I thought the exact same thing where you think, oh, that can't be that intense. This is such a good way of increasing the volume of your sets and also the intensity because you're getting next to no rest. It's so good for beating plateaus. Last week I was on 22.5 aside, again progressive overload. I'm going to be hitting 25 this week. Similar situation to the incline press upstairs. We'll jump onto the incline Smith. Now, I love the incline Smith mainly because you can hit a specific area at all times. Like the dumbbells where they can move if you start to fatigue. So you'll hit the same spot every single time. So I'm going to do 3 sets of 8 like I did upstairs and do a back off set which I explained while I was upstairs as well. So see how this feels. I did 40 kilos last week, so see how this feels today. Hopefully we can push past this again. That felt okay, so as I said upstairs before, we're going to find some 2.5s, put them on, then move to 45 kilos aside. That progressive overload each week before you know it adds up. So don't neglect the little plates, the 1.25s and the 2.5s. So obviously the 40 aside felt okay then, but I feel like any more I might need a little bit of a spot. So Rio, can I borrow you a sec? Is this big handsome chap who's going to help me out here? Yeah? Just give me a quick spot on this. Literally wherever you're comfortable, man. I want to go for like 8 reps. Ready? Let's go. Boom. Oh. 2 more. Nice. Let's go. Press. He's not getting it back on. Yeah, nice one, bro. Appreciate it. Fucking hell, man. So, just hit a couple of sets, which I'm happy with because I've gone heavier than last week. Like I say, progression each week, no matter how small, adds up. So, I'm going to go to 30 aside, back off set like we did upstairs. Again, just to squeeze last ounce out of the muscle, yeah? So, again, aim to hit 12 to 15 here, good quality contraction. Just squeeze as much as I can out of it. That's exactly how you should be feeling at the end of it, like you cannot push another one out. It's the whole principle of that back off set. Just get the last little bit out of it. So obviously with push day, it tends to involve chest, shoulders and tries. Today's push day is pretty much chest dominance. Just gonna do some, not light raises, but lighter movements. So lateral raises, rear delts. So just gonna go, my shoulders are full of blood, so I'm just gonna go straight into lateral raises now and start working on that cap on my delts. So with them, I've done a video on these in the past where the most important thing with lateral raises is to get your elbows high. A lot of people, what they'll do, it's a bit of a tip if you've not seen that video, when they do a lateral raise, they'll do that. Most of the flexion at the shoulder comes from where your elbow is. So if you're doing that, a quick way just to get a better movement is literally just to do that. Get your elbow a little bit higher. Because no matter where your elbow is, that's where the tension's created, yeah? So, bit of a tip. Always get your elbow higher than your hands, not the opposite way around. So again, similar to lateral raise, which we've just done. We're going to do rear delt flies now, which is responsible for your rear head. This is a really good way to do it. Feel pure contraction from this. If you have one of these machines in your gym or one that's similar, I always recommend getting it just above your chest. That way you're pulling down a little bit. You pull like that sometimes, you can engage your lats a little bit. You need to be careful not to do that. You're going to be here and pull with your rear delts, yeah, because this is a shoulder exercise. Although it is on your back, it is predominantly a shoulder exercise, so you don't need to go heavy, nice and light, just focus on contraction. That is the key with any type of raise when it comes to shoulders, laterals, front, anything like that. Don't jeopardize the movement for the weight. It's not the weight, it's how you lift it. So, get these just in front of you. Then from there, pull with your rear delt. If you notice how I'm doing that, I'm not doing that with my back. Just stand there, pull out with your rear delt. Really focus on that rear delt movement. So upstairs before I did the incline flies, we did the muscle round set, which is the 6 times forward, 10 seconds in between. Absolutely amazing way to have more volume. I am absolutely done in at this stage. I've got this left, I've got one exercise on triceps. I cannot go heavy, I cannot hit any more intensity than I'm doing, so I'm literally squeezing everything I can out of it now with this last muscle round set, then we're going to move on to triceps. So if you're ever at the stage during your session where you feel like I can't give any more, just chuck one of these in because it does get an extra 10-15% out of your muscle. So again, similar to what we've just been doing, I'm going to finish up with a muscle round set like we've just done. 6 times 4, blast as much as we can out of the triceps, then we're done. This is a mistake a lot of people make when it comes to the implementing of like your triceps and biceps and your push and your pull sessions. When you do a push session, like I've done shoulder press, incline press, decline press, I've already done a lot on my tricep. Last thing you need to do at the end of these is blast your triceps a bit. On your arm days, yeah, 3-4 exercises on triceps, that works an absolute treat, but you've got to think during your push session, during your pull session, you've already engaged those muscles a lot, so you don't need to beat them within an inch of their lives at the end of the session. Just literally squeeze the rest as you can out, as much as you can out of them at the end, and that's it, call it a day. With triceps, obviously, it's the muscle that's responsible, the extension of your arm, the bit of a tip, get right to the bottom, squeeze, just focus on the contraction, get the full movement out of your triceps. So that's an insight into what my training's like at the moment. Obviously I've booked a competition next October, so I'm really starting to drop the hammer now. A few of you have asked what different techniques I use, how I train, stuff like that. Hopefully that's a little bit more informative for you. There's some really good things to use there, like the muscle round set I explained, the back off sets. There's some really good techniques I've been through in this session to really optimize as much muscle growth as possible. So if you've enjoyed watching this, the good news is I'm going to start making it into more of a mini series. But if you've enjoyed it, drop a comment below on what day you'd like to see next. Obviously today was push day, so if you want to see pull day, leg day, arm day, whatever it is, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, hope you've enjoyed it.